I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
This is a Microstakes single table tournament on PokerStars. $1 buy-in, 20-cent rate. These games are tough to beat, not because of the players, but because of the 20% rate. We just started and only a couple hands in. I just folded everything. It was junk. These games are beatable, but it's a long, slow grind. Basically, the first 2 rounds, I don't play anything from any position unless it's a Sklansky group 1 or 2, which would be at any position, and then I might play a group 3 late. But everything else is going bye-bye for the first 2 rounds while I observe my opponents and what they play. There's no need to get involved. I don't have to take any chances on anything. Game's not going to be won in the first couple hands. And I never worry about what if, because, oh gee, I could have played that hand. I had a queen 10. I would have paired the queen. But then you're always faced with decisions. Now, if I was late, this is a group 3 hand, I would probably call this from position to see the flop. I'm not going to. I'm out of position and not willing to play it. Then I would have had to face a decision to call his re-raise or anybody else's raise after me. And I would have been stuck with a bad flop there decision to make, call his bet or raise and see if he actually has something better. I could be out kicked, ace 10, king 10. I could be out paired, jacks. Or could have been facing trips. So there's a lot of things there. It's easier to make the right decision early and just fold it. Not one chip expended for any reason. I think this player has lost his connection. If he was paying attention, he should have bet. That would have got an auto fold from this guy. It says connection 100%, but no reason for him to time down like that at this point in the game. Just fold, not even gonna look. Well, it's group 3, it's early. I'll just do a minimal raise, standard 3 times. See, he's not sitting out. I don't really like limping at this stage because now does he have an ace or does he have a jack? Because that was a pretty quick call. He probably has king queen. Yeah. Probably has a king queen, was going for the straight. Bluff wealth. Anyways, as I was saying, if I just limped in for 20 chips there, that gives odds for everybody and his brother to come along and just see a flop. We got bottom pair. I'm not really interested in pursuing it beyond this. You can have it. And usually if I limp, late even, that gives the blind a free call. Why give free cards? Now later, when the blinds are more expensive, I may limp. Later on, and in other games or scenarios, situations, there are times where limping is okay. But for our sake here in this Microstake SNG single table tournament, limping just doesn't really have a part in a tag solid ABC game, and that's really the only thing you can do in these. Now this player here earlier, he folded rather than showdown at the river. All he had to do was check, but instead on the river he folded. So he chased to the river, making calls to try and catch, with something that must have been pretty bad, and he didn't want to give away the information about how wide his range is. But I already know. And look at this name, Bluff Wealth. 11 hands, he's in 91%. His VP is 91. Outrageous. He's just going into everything trying to find things. And, he's hit a couple, and hence he's a little bit above. Now, I've played one hand, and I'm actually ahead of him. It's not quantity, it's quality. In fact, the hand I played against him, and I had the correct read. He was just running to the river trying to catch something. I'm running 8-8. We got two other players that are loose. Both are at 42. One is loose passive calling station. The other one is, well, they're calling him a gambler. He has a little bit of aggression, but he's only betting his good hands. And that's this player here. And I bet if we look, he raised this time. Under the gun, you come out with a raise. He did. And he called a raise from position with ace-8, but he should have let it go after the flop. Doesn't matter that he paired the 8. He had nothing else going for him but the ace. Wow, this guy's terrible. I'll have to watch for it. The other loose player. Re-raise. He's running 21-21. He's a tight, aggressive player. It's 60 to call into a 400. I'm going to call. I've got 7.8 to 1. Against overcards, I do okay. It's close to a raise for any of these overcards. And I'm ahead to both of their range. This one could be behind. It could be a positional steal. I'm thinking that he's making a positional steal attempt here, or squeeze play. But it's just a min raise. Now we got to both call. I don't hit. One of these three is bound to have an ace. I'm willing to let it go. Unless they give me ridiculous odds. I do not have the odds there. 3 to 1. I would need runner for a flush or straight. Flop myself a little gut shot against the station here. If it was just this player, I would bet he would fold. This player has no chance of folding unless he's missed everything. There's no way to win this pot unless I bet. Neither can call if they don't have a king or an ace. He must have hit the king. I thought it was an orphan pot. I've seen him fold post flop. Seldom see him fold except if it's at the river. He's still running at 88. This one and this one are both at 44, except he does raise when he's got a hand pre-flop. Oh, I thought he had king 3, king 4. Insane.